when your FIFA Ultimate Team player shoots like that. Well, I do, as you can see. But luckily, I found the guys foot helpers who helped me not to make my players shoot like absolute Josh McGinnises. And they can help you as well. If you want your weekend league games doing for you, if you want a bit of guidance, if you want some tips and tricks, you can, ask those to do it for a price, and you can get a discount if you use my code OldGrandpaJoe at checkout for 20% off your order. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to player ratings for yesterday's Carabao Cup penalties victory against Sunderland. And I must say, we weren't the only team to take it to penalties. A lot of the other games went to penalties as well, and there were some shocks in there. We're changing up player ratings a little bit this year. We're just going to have a little discussion about the game, quick 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to have a look around the grounds at the scores, what happened. I'm just going to talk, and, next time there might be a graphic for it. Don't know. Yeah. Anyway, what an awful game. We were absolutely horrendous. And people have been messaging me because I put something on my Instagram about it, and I've just admitted to it. We were absolutely awful. They should have won about 4 or 5-0, but they didn't take the chances away. Neither did we, but on penalties, Will Grigg let them down. So, yeah, madness. We nicked it just about. Should give the players a morale boost. But now with Eves injured, McGuinness and whoever still been on international duty, and, Coyle suspended, the squad is very, very thin. I've got the squad numbers here. We've got, because George Long, he was actually injured. He picked up an injury in training, so that's why he didn't play. We have Long out, Coyle out, Elder out, Scott unavailable, De Silva unavailable, McGuinness unavailable, and now we've got Eves who left the Stadium of Light in a protective boot, so God knows. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 players available. And there's 18 in a matchday squad. That's out of the players that have been given numbers. James Berry wasn't given one initially, but he was wearing 35 yesterday, so I've written that down on my sheet. Anyway, yeah, we'll have a look around the grounds then. And we'll start off with the northern category. Obviously, at the Stadium of Light, we won 5-4 on penalties. Derby beat Barrow 3-2 on penalties after a 0-0 draw in normal time. Walsall drew 0-0 with Sheffield Wednesday in normal time, but were beaten 4-2 on penalties by the Owls. Bolton were beaten 2-1 by Bradford. Harrogate Town drew 1-1 with Tranmere away from home, but Harrogate won 8-7 on penalties. Barnsley beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. Port Vale beat Scunthorpe 2-1 at Glanford Park. Salford drew 1-1 at home to Rotherham in normal time, but won 4-2 on penalties. Huddersfield lost 1-0 at home to Rochdale. Oldham beat Carlisle United at their home ground. Grimsby on the Humber drew 1-1 with Morecambe in normal time, but then lost 4-3 on penalties. Fleetwood 3, Wigan Athletic 2, Crewe Alexandra 1, Lincoln City 2. In the south, Plymouth beat QPR 3-2 at home. Gillingham beat Southend United 1-0 at home. Crawley 1, Millwall 3. Bristol City 2, Exeter City 0. Birmingham City 0, Cambridge United 1 at St Andrews. Birmingham knocked out. Swindon Town 1, Charlton Athletic 3. Reading 3, Colchester United 1, Peterborough 0, Cheltenham Town 1, Oxford 1, AFC Wimbledon 1 in normal time. Oxford won 4-3 on penalties. Northampton Town beat Cardiff City 3-0. Just deep that for a sec. Then Newport County beat Swansea 2-0. MK Dons lost 1-0 to Coventry. Luton beat Norwich 3-1 at Kenilworth Road. Ipswich Town beat Bristol Rovers 3-0. And Forest Green Rovers lost 2-1 to Leyton Orient at their home ground. Into the ratings now. Then I've spent 5 minutes just updating you in a little summary of the game. Let's get going. Matt Ingram first. Now Ingram, he was actually fantastic. Now, even when he played last year, he looked all right. Matt saved everything really. Got down low, got up high, and the penalty save topped it off. Matt Ingram, it's an 8. I haven't got a photo of him in the new goalkeeper shirt, so that is why you've still got the one from last year. Josh Emmanuel. Now Emmanuel, see, the defence was poor, and the defence were bailed out by Matt Ingram. So the defence can't get much higher than a 5 or a 6. But Emmanuel, he was actually very, very good. People are tipping Louis Coyle to come in and Emmanuel sticking a claim in there to be first choice. But there was a couple of things where, like, towards the end when he just headed it down and was trying to faff about with it. Just think, give it back to your keeper, be safe. But he dealt with it very well, in fairness to him. Josh Emmanuel gets a 5. Jordi de Wijs now, last season's captain for the final 9 games. Jordi, you see, the defence still looks sloppy. We were still very poor from set pieces. Jordi gets a 4.5, and so does Reece Burt. Still very poor from set pieces. Couple of mistakes. We were still very similar to last year. Nothing seems to be improving. Defence still very slow. Brandon Fleming was actually pretty decent, you know. Fleming was very good, I'll go that far to say. He does get a 5. He's on the same level as Josh Emmanuel. But Brandon, doing his hometown club proud, he was just very, very solid, very secure. And when Callum Elder comes back, if Brandon can keep doing that, if Brandon has a standout performance against Leicester in the week, he'll definitely put his name in the hat for a starting berth in the league season. George Honeyman, I'm just going to say all 3 central midfielders get 6s. They were all pretty steady, I'd say. They were all getting up and down. Smallwood's experience was clearly coming in, but Honeyman, he was just giving away fouls like there was nothing. He was really getting stuck into them, but he wasn't doing anything. He was just fouling them and fouling them and fouling them. Smallwood made a few mistakes, but he's coming into a new team. Just integrate him a little bit more. And Greg Docherty. Now, Docherty, Grant McCann, between him and Honeyman, they covered every single blade of grass. Now, Docherty, there was a point in the game where he was running down the wing. He's got no pressure on him, but there's a defender coming towards him. He just runs straight out. What's the point? But all of them were pretty solid, so they all get 6s. Honeyman a 6, Smallwood the captain a 6, and Greg Docherty a 6 as well. You might notice some of them, as I said with Ingram, are in the new kit. If I've got photos of them in the new kit, they'll be on the graphic. But for some of them I haven't. Smallwood, I haven't got a photo of him yet. But, for some of them, I have. Some of them, I have. Next up, Malik Wilks. Him and Samuelson, we'll rate them together. They both get 5s. Samuelson got knocked off the ball very easily. Malik had a lot of the ball, didn't do very much with it. There's points in the game for Malik where you think, just pass it. Don't hold on to it. Samuelson's running straight through. You see him. By the time Malik thinks about passing it, he's wandered offside as Samuelson. So, don't know him, Malik. Don't know. He looks bigger than he did last year as well. He looks I'm not sure whether it's muscle or a bit of bulking season. I don't know. But Malik gets a 5. Martin Samuelson, he's not a striker. Lewis Potter is. Why, when Tom Eaves comes off, does Samuelson get put up front? I don't know. It's ridiculous. Samuelson, a 5. He didn't look very good, did he, Samuelson? Tom Eaves now. Eaves obviously got substituted. Ankle injury similar to what he did against Preston last year. Hope that Eavesy is okay. But he was so isolated when he was on the pitch. Did absolutely nothing. It's a 3. Now, the only substitute in this game was Keane Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter, when he came on, obviously scored the winning penalty. But again, he was so isolated on the left-hand side. He's not a left winger, he's a forward, Graham! Put him up front and he'll score! Against Birmingham when he came on last year when we were actually good. Put him up front, he scored against Charlton. Put him up front, he scored. I'm pretty sure I've said this a million times and I'm saying it again. Give him a go up top. He's not a left winger. Lewis Potter, pretty decent though. 6. As for the unused substitute then, 6 of them. 6 unused substitutes. Are you mad? It's Harvey Cartwright, Dan Batty, Alfie Jones, Sean McLaughlin, Max Sheath, and James Berry. On to rating Grant McCann then. It was the same as last season. Nothing changed, still poor defensively, still nothing going forward without Jared Bowen. He's so unwilling to change his tactics. I was confident for him before the start of the season. That shows me no change. That performance showed me no change whatsoever. So Grant, you're getting a 4. As for the referee, Tom Bramall, it was alright. We had a couple of decisions though, where let's say Malik went on the floor under challenge. He won't give it, but he gave about 4 of them to Sunderland in the first half, so quite inconsistent, but it was still alright. It's a 6. I forgot to change that graphic there. Hold on. There we go, that's that graphic sorted. You won't have seen that because that was just absolutely dreadful. I had to put a black screen on. Basically, I'm stupid. It still had a graphic from last season, which when I was checking through my files, I didn't change. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Player Ratings. And, yeah, preview tomorrow. Games coming thick and fast. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. Check out Foot Helpers in the description. Follow me on social media, things like that. Yeah, see you later. Bye-bye.